Welcome, it's King Lizard and OKUTAMA Torii Rush Touge. So best of 3 runs basically. I'm driving a Honda S2000. Aim of the game here is for me to get 5 seconds ahead of my opponent so he's disqualified. Obviously his aim is to get me 5 seconds behind on this run. I've not driven this car before, so my apologies, it is a little bit lively. He's driving Toyota there. Oh sorry, Mazda RX-7 that looks like.
You have a good lead. Keep pushing.
The only problem with this car is it's... Oh no, no.
You're doing yourself no favors being
He drove into me.
Round's been forfeited.
What the Okay. That means I need to do really well on these next 2. I should have stuck with my Nissan GTR.
Closing the gap.
It's just a lot more reliable car. Doesn't slide as much. This thing slides all over the shop. Come on. It's a scary car. Honda S2000, I'd say stick with the Nissan GTR based on my experience. Nissan GTR is a much nicer car to drive and a lot more predictable. This thing just seems to go crazy the minute you hit the brakes. Cut straight across this section. Slow down, nice tight corner, a bit of a drift round there.
The gap is closing. Time to push.
This isn't the place to push, trust me. This rock face area, you just want to avoid that like the plague. I mean, that is just nasty. You hit that, it's going to be race over, as we saw in the last event. So I'm probably a good couple of seconds ahead of this guy at the moment. Not like that. Oh, don't. Come on, control. Jesus. Just so unpredictable, this car. He's right on my backside now. Not what I wanted. Got to block him straight across that area. My car's not feeling too well, I think, as well, which isn't helping me for sure. This is a very slow uphill bit. Feels like my car's going to conk out. Going to go into a stall or something. There's a long bit of Touge this. This was actually a section of the racing track they put into the original grid. Brutal track area for Touge. But absolutely, real adrenaline rush type racing. I love the tracks on, Grid 2 and Grid for that matter. Grid 3, Grid Autosport has kind of gone for the more track based scenario. Or at least that I've seen so far. I've not seen anything like this in Grid Autosport as yet, and I do love these tracks, especially in this game. The California Big Sur. That's a fantastic track.
Try and pick it up.
Just so varied, and it's just one big straight from end to end. Just such a good race. You get a group of people doing that on full on multiplayer. That is a fantastic race. If you've got everyone driving fairly, it's just really good fun. I managed to beat him. Can't say I enjoyed that. That's a difficult car to drive. Definitely, if you're Touge, stick with the Nissan GTR. Much better car.
That's a real show of brute strength to win from the chasing position.
Next series. This is the 3rd series. I've got to win this or I lose. I know in the first grid, I'm sure it was also time orientated. So for instance, if I won this and my time wasn't greater than the 5 seconds he had on me, I would lose. I'm sure it was. This one seems to be a bit more lenient. If you win twice, that's kind of good enough, it appears. Well, that's what I've seen so far anyway. Cut straight across this, like so. Got a good lead on him at the moment. Definitely want to slow that down then. That's going to hurt. Got kind of 2 and a bit seconds on this guy. This bit here is brutal. Always remember to slow down for that. And this here as well is a little bit misleading because it kind of like an undulating bank to the right there, and it does pull you over when you go around there at speed. as does this. I'm going to make the same mistake I made in the first round, although not quite as bad. Straight through here, a nice bit of speed. This is where it gets very technical, very nasty. We can cut right across there, keep our speed going uphill. His car seems to have a better power to weight ratio than mine, because he caught me up pretty well then when I hit this hill. I've got my time back where I was. Come on, you can do it! Get the whip out.
You've got a good lead. Try and win this before you cross the finish line.
So I can actually, if you see there, I was until I made all those mistakes. I was actually very nearly 5 seconds up on that guy. If I'd have pushed it to the 5, I would have won automatically without finishing. But it happens. Oh, no. Don't do that. His car's actually suffering a bit more than mine on the hill, it seems. Initially I thought it was doing better than me, but it isn't. It's suffering. I might be able to push him out of it here, if I really floor it. And the corner. Yeah, I got him. So basically I pushed him out of his 5 seconds and won by the 5 second rule. A bit like he did the first time. Well, actually no, we disqualified the first time, didn't we? Let's check out the replay. Yeah, honestly, I do recommend, for that. I mean, I like to drive different cars because I like the experience and the feel of something different. So I won't always drive the same car. In Forza I've got tons of cars and I've been driving a bit of this and a bit of that, purely because I just enjoy driving the cars just to see how different they feel, tuning them, that kind of stuff. And the same with any other racing game, I'll always try different cars. I won't just get in what I know wins. I don't see the point, because you're kind of wasting some of the experience the developers have put there for you with all these, this rich, luxurious taste of multiple car types and stuff. So hence driving that Honda. But that Honda is hard work. You can win in it, as I just have, but it doesn't handle as well. It's more a drifting car in my opinion. The Nissan GTR is, if you're looking to win every time, that Nissan GTR in this Touge class is a much better car, a much more stable, controllable car. I think these, Codemaster guys are just so damn good at making racing games. Unfortunately, the gaming public haven't probably bought as many of their games as they should have really. They tend to stick with the general, Forzas and stuff, and don't tend to drift too far outside of the loop. But these grid games are fantastic games. If you like driving and you've never played them, you've got an Xbox 360, do invest in it. It's it is a real good challenge. Might take you a little bit of while to get used to the difference in the driving style, and the three grid games are quite different from each other. Specifically the first one is very simmy-stroke arcadey, and it is quite a difficult game to get used to, much in the way that Need for Speed Shift was. This game is very arcadey. It's quite a slidey type game. You do find yourself drifting around a lot of corners and stuff in most vehicles. And the Grid Auto Sport is somewhere in between the two. Well, thanks for watching. That's pretty much race over now, and I'll catch you guys soon.